Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badrudria back again with lab number 5, and today we are gonna see SSRF via flawed request parsing. This lab is pretty much similar as the previous lab, but there is something else you need to see. So this lab is vulnerable to routing based SSRF due to its flawed parsing of the request intended host. You can exploit this to access an insecure intranet admin panel located at an internal IP address. To solve the lab, we need to access the internal admin panel, locate that admin panel within this subnet, subnet range, and then delete the user Carlos. And similar to the previous lab, the Web Security Academy Parsing basically block any out-of-band interaction, and if you want to test it, you can test it with only Burp Collaborator. So even if you do not have the professional version of the Burp suite, you can also solve this lab. You can even solve the lab without Burp Collaborator because you already have the subnet where the admin panel exists. So we will use the intruder for that purpose. Fine, so I already accessed the lab here. You can see this is our lab. No credentials are being given here in this lab. So we just need to see the admin panel. So this is the home directory request, and I just like to send this request to the repeater and go to the repeater. Let's see what happened. Okay, so the response is pretty normal. Request is also pretty normal, but we need to test it from here. So let's see, because we are dealing with the HTTP host header attack. So let's see if I change this host header to www.example.com and send the request. It's saying 403 forbidden. That means we cannot change the host header, but we need to see any workaround. Okay, what if let's say, because this URL exists here, I'm going to copy the URL. Sometime what happened, within the request you have to provide the absolute URL, and that's what we are going to do here. So I just copy the URL and paste it here, and I delete this slash. So now let's see. Right now, before, once we try to change the host header, we got 403 forbidden, but now after providing the absolute URL, let's see, send the request, and as you can see, 504 gateway timeout. So this is what we expected. Let's see, what I can try is 192.168.0.1, let's say, because the subnet is 192.168.0.0/24, and this is the first valid host IP address from that subnet. And again 504 gateway timeout. Fine. So 0.0 is going to be the network address, and 0.255 is gonna be the broadcast address. So no benefit to use those two IP addresses. Although what I am going to do here is I'm going to send this request to the intruder, and within the intruder, let's go to the position, and we need to clear all the positions from here. And what I can do is to add only this position, because we are going to enumerate this field only. So add it, and sniper attack is okay. Going to the payload, and here I'm gonna choose the payload type is number in the sequential order from 1 to 254, because these are the valid host from 1 to 254, and every time it will increase one step. And as you can see in the example, there are fraction digits, and we don't need that. So minimum fraction is 0 and maximum fraction is 0, and you can see now there is no decimal. And that's it. I'm going to start the attack. It's gonna give you the warning, which I need to ignore it. And let's see, it is started. Let's see if we get, okay, we get 1302. Let's see, I'm gonna pause this because we already get what we need. So 302 found on the IP address 38. If you see the response, you can see it's redirecting us to the administrator panel, admin panel. I'm just going to minimize this back to our repeater, and let's change it to 38, right? Send the request, and you can see it's redirecting us to the admin panel. So what I can do here is I can just add /admin here, here and then just send the request. So once we send the request, you can see 200. Okay, let's check out the page. So you can see here there is one form, and that form contains action, which is the endpoint /admin/delete to delete the user. And then if you want to see the method, HTTP method is being used or allowed, is only post. And there are two fields. One is hidden, that is CSRF. So this is randomly generated unique CSRF token, and then username, which we need to input. Okay, so what we need to do here is, let's see, because this is our GET request, and here you can see the method allowed is only post. So we need to change this request to the post request. So right click and change the request method to post. It's changed. Now you also see here the endpoint is admin/delete. So admin/delete, and there are two fields, right? CSRF and username. So I take it CSRF is equal to this is the token, and the second one is going to be the username. So you need to put here $sign, then put the second value, which is username, and username is going to be the Carlos. So the Carlos user we need to delete. Fine. So I think everything is fine, and fingers crossed. Let's just send the request, and if everything fine, we will solve the lab. Yeah, you can see the user is successfully deleted. It's sending us back to the home directory or home page. Fine. So that's it for this video, and if you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. I'm gonna see you in the next video.